What if everything you thought you knew about Islam was wrong? I used to have my own doubts until one meal with a stranger changed everything. This isn't about debates or headlines, it's about real people, real kindness, and a truth that might surprise you. Let me tell you a story. We've all heard opinions about Islam, some good, some bad, and some downright absurd. But how often do we take the time to see past the headlines and actually experience the people behind the faith? I used to be like most people, curious but uninformed. Then, in my early 20s, while living alone in a foreign country, I met a man who changed my perspective completely. Let me tell you the story. I was in my early 20s, alone in a foreign country, eating dinner at a small restaurant when a stranger sat across from me. "Mind if I join you?" he asked, already settling into his seat. I could have said no, but honestly, I was more curious than anything else. He was a big guy, round-faced, with a smile that could melt an ice cube. Something about his energy made me feel at ease. We started talking. He was from Pakistan, had worked in Scotland, and missed his parents back home. Within minutes, we were laughing like old friends. Then came the check. I reached for my wallet, ready to pay, when he put a hand on my shoulder and said, "No need, the restaurant is mine. The meal's on me, wait." What? This wasn't some casual discount or a first meal free gimmick. This was pure generosity. And it didn't stop there. I became a regular, and every time I tried to pay, he'd shake his head. "Trust me, I don't need the money. The restaurant is just for fun. My real business is electronics." I was baffled. Who does that? Who just gives away free food to someone they barely know? This man did. And he wasn't alone. He had 4 daughters and made sure they got the best education possible. No child should grow up without learning, he told me. Boy or girl, education is the key to life. His mother, a scientist in Pakistan, at a time when many would assume women in science were rare. I saw the way he treated people as workers, customers, even strangers like me. Always with kindness, always with respect. One day I asked him why. What made him so generous, so giving? He smiled and said, "My faith. Islam teaches me to help others." Now, let me pause here. We live in a world where people love to throw opinions around like darts, especially about religion. And Islam? It gets its fair share of criticism. Some people see it as rigid, others call it oppressive. But here I was, sitting across from a man who lived his faith through kindness. I had other Muslim friends, too. Different backgrounds, different stories, but the same theme: generosity, hospitality, and an unwavering sense of duty to do good. So tell me, why would I hate Islam? Why would I bash a religion that inspired people to be better humans? I know what some might say, but what about extremists? Look, every group has bad apples. You wouldn't judge all Christians by the worst among them, right? Or assume every American is exactly the same. That's just lazy thinking. I'm not saying my friend was perfect. He had flaws, just like the rest of us. But in all the time I knew him, he never showed me a reason to doubt his faith or question his values. His kindness was real. His generosity was real. And if Islam was at the root of it, then maybe, just maybe, it's not the villain people make it out to be. So, the next time you hear someone bashing Islam, ask yourself, have they met people like my friend? Because if they had, they might just change their minds. So, after hearing this story, does Islam still sound like the worst religion? Or is it time to look beyond the stereotypes? If this made you think, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments and let's start a conversation. And hey, if you believe in seeing the world through real experiences, not just headlines, don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening stories. See you in the next one.